Hello everyone, Philip here, and welcome to another exciting episode of Total War Rome 2. In this battle, it is a 2v2. I am playing as the Masagate. My ally, Captain Destructo, is playing as the Getae. Let's see, and our opponents are Romano Vince playing as Macedon, and Ella-Claire II playing as the Romans. I'm going to put this into slow motion just for a second while I quickly go over the armies. I hadn't played as the Nomads in quite a long time, but I've recently seen a few people do it, and so I'm giving it a try. Now, I have brought a bit of a Horse Archer spam. I have 9 Horse Archer units of varying degrees of efficiency, including these Amazonian Riders, Armored Horse Archers, Saka Cataphract Horse Archers, and then, where are they? Where are the other two? Oh, they're there. And then 1 unit of Steppe Horse Archers, and 2 more Armored Horse Archers. I have also brought 2 Steppe Lancers, 4 Saka Noble Armored Lancers, and then my general is a Saka Cataphract over here. These looking guys. I love just how tanky they look, especially with the neck brace. They look a lot more sturdy than the Eastern or the Royal Cataphracts. And now what's going to happen here is there's this tiny little ridge here in the middle. I could have rushed the ridge with my cavalry, but I don't have enough support to actually hold the ridge. And in the meantime, Captain Destructo doesn't have enough infantry to follow me up. And so we're going to let our opponents take the ridge, and they're going to form a little bit of a box shape. You'll also notice I'm trying to avoid these levies. I'm not shooting arrows at them, because it would be just a colossal waste of arrows. And I'm instead trying to target these very expensive Praetorian cavalry. And I think... Nope, first volleys haven't come up yet. Anyways, so the Roman army is a mix of 1 Praetorian cav, 3 legionary cavalry, some levies, some... Oh, there's a hastati there. I didn't know that. Some Principes, and a whole bunch of Praetorian Guard as his infantry. And then lastly, of course, a legatus. The Macedonian player has brought mercenary Rhodian slingers, I think 3 of them. And it looks like these are all the same 5. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. About 5 or 6 peltists. And then a number of hoplites and royal peltists. Obviously, they have ceded to us the cavalry advantage. There is no way that going up against the Masagate, you are going to have a cavalry advantage and then have any kind of an army left over. It's simply not going to happen. Let's go back into play. Let's see. Yep, once again, using my Horse Archers to specifically target the Praetorian cavalry. These are very expensive. I want them off the field. Probably could have taken them out just as easily by charging them with my Noble Lancers, but oh well. Steppe Lancers coming in, we got charge number 1. And yeah, it looks really good. But you'll notice that only 10 hastati died, and over 20 Steppe Lancers died, so not a particularly good trade-off. However, these Steppe Lancers are now going to try to get some revenge, going after some levies. Not the best number of moves on my part. In the meantime, this Praetorian cavalry is chasing all my Horse Archers. They're going to get taken off the field, killed to the last man with no kills of their own to speak of. Levies have been caught in the back, but my Steppe Lancers were shredded by peltist fire. And it looks like, yeah, there might be some friendly fire on the legionary cavalry. Steppe Lancers down to 25 men. I really wasted these guys. I'm such a terrible general. I have no sympathy for any of my men. But my Steppe Lancers are going to chase down these levies and get rid of them. And in the meantime, we're going to watch as the last 2 Praetorian cavalry are turned into pincushions. Yup. This legionary cav came all the way back to my armored Horse Archers. And I was a little confused, and as I was pulling the camera back, I realized he was targeting the Noble Armored Lancers. So I'm going to blob up on this Legionary Cavalry and get rid of it. In the meantime, Captain Destructo is moving forward with his infantry. And as I mentioned, our 2 opponents have formed this nice little box. Now something you'll notice is, even though it looks like these 2 are supporting each other, in the end, the Romans will actually peel off to the left. Romano Vince was complaining that his a partner may have been away from the keyboard, but this doesn't look like the way a computer opponent would play, so we're not 100% sure what happened there. The point being, there was not a lot of communication between these 2. Let's see. Charge number 2 coming in on these Hastati. It looks like the noble lancers are going to put their lances down just at the last second. Another unit of noble lancers coming in behind them. And then this is really neat. The cavalry actually wraps around, and it looks like, yeah, they now have the attacked in the rear penalty. So, very, very cool. I'm moving around to the corners simply because there's less frontage for the Rhodian slingers to try and attack my horse archers. However, where are they? These Rhodian slingers are going to be a huge problem throughout the battle. See, working on getting a surround off. I see... Oh, these levies may not have actually routed. Oops. My step lancers that were going in this direction got taken out by legionary cavalry. Okay. Now we're going to actually get rid of the battle. No, maybe not. Levies, come on. I think I was trying to avoid the Principes, but they're facing the wrong direction. And then this happens. The noble lancers, they just kind of stop. Very odd. I'm not sure what happened. I may have clicked something. And that was what did them in. Using my horse archers to try and snipe the general, and I think I get him. Let's see. Now it looks like, yeah, if he's not dead, he's definitely now dead. More charges coming in on Principes, and the moral of this battle is just going to be cavalry charge after cavalry charge. So if shock cavalry charges are your thing, this is the battle for you. However, even though these Principes are already down to red morale, they're going to recover. I pop Draco to try and keep them as down and out as I can. But these guys are actually going to recover and are going to fight off my noble armored lancers, and I'm going to have to pull them out. In the meantime, I actually haven't seen this part of the battle before. Captain Destructo, it looks like he's just going to take an infantry fight. Not... Yeah, not the best moves from him. But I'm going to bring this horse archer contingent over here to help support. I know that the Macedonian skirmishers will be focused on the Getae infantry, and so my horse archers can shoot with impunity. And here's a bit of brilliance for you. My Saka cataphracts are going to go into the corner of the Roman line. And yeah, they're all excited. They're looking forward to this. And they're going to get almost 200 kills on this charge. But they're also going to die. What are we up to now? Let's see. 81, 82, 83, 85, 90. I'm going to rout these Rhodian slingers, so that's good for me. I'm going to rout these levies. I'll be up to 100 kills. And just absolute tanks. These guys are 120 kills, 130, 160. A lot of these were probably routing infantry. But, you know, at this point, let's see, I've already popped Battle Rhythm, already used Trample, I'm using Second Wind to keep my general fresh, and unfortunately, as he comes out, he is just going to get ripped apart by skirmisher fire, and that's going to be his entire contribution to the battle. These Peltists, oh yeah, I missed it. I had this whole blob of horse archers trying to fight these Peltists. You can see where they were blobbed up, but the Peltists were actually able to fight them off. So I took my noble lancers, which were fighting these Principes, brought them up to attack the Peltists. Noble lancers are going to finally get into these levies, get rid of them, take them off the field. And in the meantime, here's what I was talking about. The Roman infantry has pulled off to our opponent's left, where in the meantime, Romano Vance is still sitting here in the middle. He can't quite move out of the way, because then this happens. These holes open up in the line, and charges are able to come in. So Royal Peltis losing 10 men on the charge, not so bad. Popping Draco on the Praetorian Guard doesn't really do anything. However, where is it? Somewhere around here there was a unit of hoplites that the Draco affects. The Draco basically gets rid of your bonus versus large. However, since a lot of those bonuses were removed, it's not anywhere near as effective as it was. However, it is an incredibly good thing that the Masagatai and the Scythians have the Draco ability, not the Romans. You all remember back in the beginning when the Romans had the Draco ability, and it was very weird. Because everybody knows the Romans are a cavalry-weak faction. Why do they suddenly have this extremely good cavalry? The story behind the Draco, it was actually a Dacian standard. Kind of like a battle flag. And it could be best described as kind of a windsock, really. Where somebody would carry it and they would run into battle, and the wind would come through the sock, and it would make this strange noise, basically, and it would scare off enemy horses. If you've ever ridden a horse or ever taken care of a horse, you know that horses are extremely skittish. Oh, sniped the general of the Macedonians. Almost. He's going to survive with 10 men. I wonder if he's still alive. Doesn't look like he's alive, though. Huh. That was not PG. Anyways, so anyone who's ever worked with horses know that horses are horribly skittish. And so, say for example, the smell of camels or the trumpet of an elephant will get rid of horses. However, they can also be scared by just flapping things in the wind. And so that's probably what the Draco standard was. A big windsock painted to look like a dragon that would make a noise and would scare horses. The Romans were able to take the standard. I forget what year it was in that they actually captured the standard from the Dacians. So, while it's not the most horrible thing in the world that the Romans have the Draco ability, it shouldn't just be readily available in multiplayer. So, here's now a problem for our Macedonian player. He's trying to reinforce the Roman player, but now he doesn't have enough material to protect his own lines. So these peltists are going to go down. There we go, let's see. So see how the hoplites, their bonus first large has been reduced to 5? That's that Draco ability. My horse archers have gotten in, they have trampled the general of the Royal Peltists, and they're now pushing through and killing this huge blob of skirmishers. Pulling my cavalry away so they don't actually have to fight the heavy infantry in the middle. And just running all over the place. Lots of damage. Point blank range shots. Amazonians screaming. This is just lots of fun. Great day to be a member of these nomad factions. Let's see. Oh no! My men got charged! I missed this! So, Praetorian Guard charging my noble armored lancers, a valiant effort. Royal Peltists getting charged by noble horsemen, not going to end well for them. And our opponents still have quite a bit of heavy infantry, and if they were able to box up and defend themselves effectively, they might not have done so bad. And the problem is, units are being isolated all across the map, and my cavalry has much more mobility than these heavy infantry. Many of my horse archers still have ammunition, and so I can afford to skirmish these hoplites to death, which is I think what I'm going to do. Let's see, pulling back all the way out almost range. Sorry, that was not a sentence. Pulling back until I'm almost out of range. And then, maybe not. What else is going on? Royal Peltists getting charged from both sides. They're going to get taken off the field. Praetorian Guard, they've been charged by armored lancers. And it looks like, yep. You have more noble horsemen coming in to deal death to the Praetorian Guards. This unit of Royal Peltists is routed. These horse archers still have ammunition, and they're going to go after the Royal Peltists. Praetorian Guard is going to get surrounded and charged from all sides. They're going to be taken off the field. And yeah, now it's looking worse and worse for our opponents. Our cavalry can simply isolate them, pick them apart one by one, shower them with arrows. Obviously, heavy shot is on at this point. Oh, that guy took an arrow to the neck. Yep. Not ending well. Oh, certainly not ending well for this guy. One more arrow just for good measure. Our enemy infantry is also tired. And of course, there's simply no way they're going to be able to chase down all of us. And one by one, the units are simply going to rout. Looks like Hoplites routing, and then Royal Peltists routing. And it's going to be this unit is the only one that's left at the end of the day. You can see in the background my armored lancers getting ready for a charge. arrows coming in to finish them off. And it's actually going to be, surprise, my horse archers that go in and finish the day. So, which of course is another problem with trying to chase after horses, is you're not allowed to brace yourself. So, take a quick look at the statistics. Let's see, so there we are. My army, as I mentioned, lots of heavy lancers, lots of horse archers. I probably did spam horse archers. I admit, I'm a terrible person. And of course, there's no way that this battle, or that this build would be, say, tournament ready, where you have maximum of 3 or 4 horse archers. But it was still fun to play as. And of course, the kill count for these guys, look at this, 330 kills, 307. Even my general getting a bunch of kills, and I just threw him away as quickly as I could. So a fantastic showing from this nomadic army. Meanwhile, Macedon, his Rhodian slingers did really well when they were able to point at my horse archers and keep them at bay, but in the end his infantry simply got isolated and picked apart. Ella Claire did a great job fighting Captain Destructo. He brought an interesting Getae army, and I say that lovingly, but noble horsemen are not the best in the world, and the heavy spears of the Getae are not the best in the world. Interesting units, but a Getae army should really be based around noble swords and axe warriors, and maybe these heavy skirmishers. So, it wasn't bad, but it could have been a lot better on this side. And as I mentioned, of course, Ella Claire, too, tearing apart through the Getae army, Praetorian Guard doing really well where they got into melee. However, when the rest of his units were able to get isolated, like say his Praetorian Guard, taken off the field with 0 kills, that's a lot of money down the drain. So, great game to my opponents. I had a lot of fun with you guys. I really enjoyed playing this, and who knows, maybe I will bring you more nomadic factions later in the year. It is January at this point, holy cow. Anyways, I'm going to go contemplate the existence of the calendar. This is Philopater. I will see you in the next one.